All right, so this is the second try on the taillights. I never posted, I filmed some of the first try, but everything didn't go the way I wanted to because the taillights that I got were defective, so they didn't work. So before we fully install these ones, plug them all in first and check them before we take everything apart. So we're just gonna be unplugging some cables and plug some cables in just to make sure these work properly. And yeah, hopefully everything goes well. Now, I'm not gonna be removing the bumper yet. There's screws on the side and stuff like that. We're just gonna be unplugging the taillights cables from here and putting it on the new ones just to make sure they work. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just trying to peel this liner back. There's a clip right there, one right here that I actually haven't pulled all the way out yet. There we go. And there's one more right there. There's three, same ones on the other side. It just takes a flathead screwdriver. Just gotta take it out like that. But we'll peel those back. It'll reveal the cabling, and yeah, we'll have to go ahead and just plug and play and make sure they work. All right, so these are the taillights here, the main taillight. We'll just plug in, and you have all these just kind of plug and play right here. And then this guy right here, there's a cable that they provide you. There's two of them, you know, one for the other side. There's a cable that will connect to here. I'm sorry if I don't know any terms. I just here, there, whatnot. There's this part right here. This will plug in here, and we'll go all the way here to this part of the taillight. All right, so here in the back, everyone's taillight housing, I mean, it might look a little different, but just unplugging a few things here. Mine probably has a little more than what you guys have. All right, the taillights are plugged in. Okay, so far so good. Turn signal. Okay, so far so good. Right side, let's see, looking back. Okay, here's where I can't look. Brakes though, I can't look at the brakes. So last test, what didn't work on the last one was putting it in reverse. So, oh my gosh, beautiful, beautiful. All right, well, now that we verified that the taillights work, now we just gotta take off the bumpers so we can take these taillights out. We just gotta remove some screws here to take these part of the taillights, the trunk taillights I call them, out. Bumper's pretty easy. There's gonna be one screw hidden right here that you just gotta pull out. There would be one right here. Someone hit my car though. This was like 3 years ago. So there's a bump right here. It was a hit and run. I was parked and I have video and everything. It doesn't even matter. There's supposed to be a screw right there that will hold this in, pull this out, but clearly that's not there. And then also, same thing on the other side. So yeah, we'll get started on that. And for this guy, you're gonna need like one of these hexagon screws for the back. They look like this. I don't know what size this is. You might actually also be able to get away with just a flathead. There you go, there's one. There's two. Pull this guy out. Now on this side. There's gonna be a bracket here that's gonna hold it from the outside. Sometimes you might be able to get away with it by just unscrewing this with the flathead, bending this down. I don't really like doing that though. As you can see, it's pretty rusted and I'm not trying to break it because then I'd have to order a new bracket. Same with this side. There's a bracket right there, two 10mm. And then in here you have, it's so dark, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they're smaller than 10mm. They're the same size as these guys right here. Let's just see. It's a 5/16. That's what it is. Yep, 5/16. 5/16 is perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4 right here to take these ones off. And yeah, that's how you take those off. So it's pretty straightforward. Remove the nuts, pull the tail light out. Nothing more to it. I did forget something to mention. The taillights up here, the trunk ones, yes, you have to take these off, right? The screws or whatnot. But it's also still like, it's all off, what the heck? But this still can't come out. It's being held down by this trim piece. There are, let's see, you just kind of have to look in there. There's one, I think there's about 5, but you just have to find all of them. There's another one right there. You take a needle nose, or I'm even just using my fingers right here. You push it up. Needle nose is probably better though, but you just have to push it up to get that trim piece off. So yeah, and then once that's off, you should be able to just take this whole thing off, both of them. As with the clips here that hold it in, you also have to unscrew this 10mm right here. It screws right into the trim piece. So that last one I got out right there, and that should just come right off. All right, so we're finally finished. The wiring just came up here. This is it. It's all messy behind there, but you know, it just plugs into this guy. Yeah, just plug and play, put everything back, all the clips back, and just did a little vacuum in there. What the heck? Unbiased review though. Look at this. The fitment is like 8 out of 10. It's not 100% flush, but it is what it is. Let's do a test. Alright, I just want to mention one more time, I am not a mechanic, I am not an electrician. If you're following along and have the same exact taillights, this wasn't really a how-to video. I was just kind of documenting as to what I was doing to my car. So I'm really sorry if it wasn't as detailed as it should have been. I'll try to answer any questions in the comments if there are any, for those who have the same taillights and are looking to install them. The wiring again was super easy. It was all plug and play. Each plug had a designated socket, so you can't really miss that. Now the holes for these part of the taillights to go into the trunk, you might have to drill them out and make them just a little bit bigger so it'll fit better. But that was the only issue that I had. So yeah, I think they look great. If you have any questions, let me know, and thank you for watching.